right, everyone. Are you ready? It's finally time I go over on how I got this Xbox chatpad to finally work. Part 1 is acquiring a Xbox chatpad and breaking it down to just the keyboard. This is the back of the chatpad. As you can see, we have all the wires connected to the adapter, which does pull out, which is very helpful. I also purchased the Adafruit KB2040 board to use as my, microcontroller for the keyboard. I also made this handy little info sheet. If you would like, I can, try to make the download in the comment available for you to have. It's a little rundown of everything I did to get this Xbox chatpad to work. After figuring out the wires you need, which I did lay out on this little info sheet here for you all to kind of use, you're going to want to solder those wires onto the KB2040 board. And if this is your first time soldering, I do suggest researching because I was shocked twice and burned once during my first time. So yeah. For Mother's Day, my husband gave me a very basic soldering kit from Amazon. It's very basic, so don't come after me, but it did do the job I needed it to do. And for now, I'm going to keep it. I do plan on upgrading this in the future once my projects get a little bit more complicated. But yeah. I also forgot to record the first time soldering the KB2040 board together, but you can see my poor excuse for a soldering job here. After the soldering is done, you're going to want to connect it to your computer via USB-C plug-in. It's going to connect and it's going to light up and it's going to be empty, but that's okay. That's where you want it to be. So here you can see me plugging it in and it's doing its little light up job. Woohoo! That's a good thing. That means it works. And as you can see here, it is completely empty. But that's okay because I also have down here what you need to do to load up the Circuit Pi. It's a really easy process, so this should be an easy part for y'all to follow. I'm just going to drop the screen record I took of the step-by-step process so you guys can read it on yourself. Pause the screen, read it, go over it. It's a really easy boot process, and once you have the drive booted and your computer recognizes it, you want to go to the Adafruit website to download the Circuit Pi file. Drag and drop that file to the drive and bing bada boom. Circuit Pi automatically downloads and flashes onto the KB2040 board. From there is the next part, downloading the code from GitHub. And folks, this is where the majority of all my struggles began. I downloaded all the files, and I mean all of the files from GitHub, and moved them into my Circuit Pi folder, and then it just said simply to connect the chatpad and deploy. Start typing. That easy. Woohoo! Yeah. So I did that and womp womp, nothing was typing. Not that easy. Like, what is ever that easy? I should have known better. It would never have been that easy. And instead of taking my time and reading, I automatically went to my soldering job was bad. I mean, to be fair, it is very bad. Look at all this. It's terrible. So I went back and round 2 of resoldering my chatpad wires to the KB2040 board. I am actually really glad I did this. I learned a lot more the second time around, and the soldering job I did this time was so much cleaner and better. Look at this. Everything is a lot more soldered down, I guess you can say, and I even clipped the wires in the back of the board so they're not pricking out. Yeah, I think it looks like a much more cleaner job. And besides making this look much more cleaner, it really had no effect on what was going on with the code. So, yay. After my second soldering job, I reflashed everything from start to end again. I ran putty to check for errors, and womp womp, the same freaking error. Around this time, I was feeling completely defeated and even felt like giving this up. I started getting really helpful advice from everyone, and it made me slow down and actually take a look at what I was reading. So it said that the KMK file was now downloaded into the library. So I redid all that, and as you can see here, the KMK file is now downloaded into the library. I ran putty again, and this time a new error came, which said line 12 had no attributes for GP8. And after going back and doing all the research on GitHub, I was able to figure out what this meant. I went to line 12, changed a GP to D, and Holy chatpad, Batman. It worked! It worked! Yay! But hold on, Amora. What did you really do to fix this? So in my code.py file, as it told me to do in this PuTTY terminal, it told me that line 12 and actually line 13 had GP8 on line 12 and GP9 on line 13. I had to change that to capital D for both D8 and D9. After I changed all that, I ran PuTTY again, and all this new information popped up, and it said that my chatpad KMK was ready. I was getting deployed chatpad flashbacks, so I was kind of skeptical, but everything ended up working. Yay! I'll try to upload this file or this page to share with everyone who is running through the same errors I am, and hopefully this helps anyone out there. Leave any questions you have in the comments, and I hope to post more about this soon. Thank you, everyone, and I'm trying to do better on making these videos.